All right, welcome back, everybody. For those of you that have joined in past Move Mondays or live boot camps, welcome back. If this is your first time joining, thank you so much for joining. I am Coach Brandon here. We are over halfway through the month of April. It's flying by, and today I did want to talk about different ways. I know now more than ever, things are more and more expensive. I did want to talk about different ways that you can save money but still eat healthy. Eating healthy can get very expensive, and these are just 5 different tips that I follow myself that has helped me to save money but still be able to eat healthy. So we're gonna be talking about those 5 tips today. But real quick, keep in mind next Monday is going to be the next live boot camp. So keep that on your calendar, Monday, April 25th at noon. So again, make sure you put that in your calendar. Next Monday, April 25th is going to be the next live boot camp. I look forward to seeing some of your faces there. So again, thank you so much for joining. We'll get into our first tip here in just a moment. Now, I know some of these tips might seem like common sense, or maybe these are some things that you already do, which is great. Hopefully you already do some of these, or maybe even all of these. But some or all of these are things that you're not currently doing, they can be really beneficial in saving you some money. So our very first tip here is proper food storage. And we have Ziploc bags, we have Tupperware, we have different containers, glass containers that we save things in. But proper food storage, any type of food. It's not just, things that you've just eaten maybe at a restaurant, but vegetables, fruits, produce, different things. Properly storing these will obviously help them to last longer. They'll be safer to eat longer, and you won't need to throw the food out. You have the leftovers that you throw in the fridge that you plan on eating the next day, and then you don't want to eat it, and then you end up throwing it away. That's perfectly good food that you could have eaten and potentially save money by not having to buy more food. So proper food storage, number one, relatively inexpensive way to save money. Hopefully you already have some storage options. If not, Ziploc bags, Tupperware containers, different glass containers, relatively inexpensive, and again, in the long run, will save you money by not needing to buy more food. So going right into tip number 2, buying store brands. It used to be where store brands, I think they still kind of have this negative connotation of being cheaper in the sense that they're not as high of quality of foods or products. And that maybe used to be the case some years ago, but they have definitely increased their quality. Many store brands are just as good, sometimes better than the name brands. And not only that, they generally are going to be less money, sometimes half as much as the name brand goods. So buying store brand options are going to definitely save you money immediately and in the long run. So don't be afraid to buy the store brands. Not that there's anything wrong with checking the labels just to make sure. Sometimes just double check the labels to make sure that the ingredients are on par with the name brand options. But generally speaking, almost all store brands are going to be as high of quality as the name brands. Going into our third option, something with a specific food item, which are whole grains. Whole grains come in different forms, from different types of breads to rice to grains, or oats, different things that have whole grains. You can see those on the label. Generally speaking, it will say that it's a whole grain on the label, so make sure you double check that it does say that it's a whole grain. But buying whole grains in bulk, not just eating whole grains in general, that's obviously healthy, but buying whole grains in bulk, they will last a decent amount of time, but also you're gonna save a bunch of money in the long run. It's gonna be a lot cheaper for the amount that you're getting compared to buying smaller amounts more often. So buying whole grains in bulk, incorporating whole grains into your diet, not only good for you, but also buying that in bulk will save you money pretty much immediately and down the road. As we go into this fourth tip, this kind of goes hand in hand with the first tip that I was talking about, proper food storage, but more specifically with some of those foods, as I briefly mentioned before, freezing your vegetables and fruits. So vegetables and fruits, they tend to have a pretty short shelf life if they are not properly stored. Sometimes, different fruits or vegetables, if they're already very ripe when you buy them, they're probably gonna go bad pretty quickly if they are not stored properly. But for the most part, most fruits and vegetables can be safely stored frozen. You can not only freeze them and take them out later, and they're gonna last much longer, and you'll be able to eat them again safely. So don't be afraid to freeze some fruits and vegetables. It's gonna be one of the best ways to save money. Produce, of course, also getting more and more expensive, it feels like, by the day. So fruits and vegetables, freeze those items, and you will obviously save money by not having to buy more fruits and vegetables more often. Our final tip for this Move Monday, skip prepackaged, or for the most part, skip prepackaged meals or skip prepackaged salad kits, things like that. That's gonna be another great way to save money. Oftentimes, prepackaged meal kits or salad kits are going to be more expensive simply because of the convenience of that. So they take advantage of that, knowing people don't wanna necessarily make the food themselves, and you're gonna pay sometimes double the amount or more for that same amount of food simply because it's prepackaged. So try to avoid the prepackaged items or the pre-made kits. That's going to cost you more money immediately. Try to buy the things separately. I know it's not always ideal to buy more things and have to make it yourself. You want to just have the convenience of making something super quickly, but saving money by not buying prepackaged goods will definitely save you a substantial amount of money consistently. So those were my 5 tips. These are definitely what I typically follow. I've saved tons of money simply by following these steps. And again, many of you may already be doing a lot of these or some of these, but if you're not, I highly encourage you to begin doing that, and you will see a lot of that money that you're saving pretty quickly that you can put towards other things. So thank you so much for joining this Move Monday. Remember, next Monday is our next live boot camp, and I look forward to seeing you all then. Have a great day and have a great week.